Hey guys, I have an important announcement at the end of this video, so I hope you watch till the end and I hope you enjoyed this video. Have you ever stayed up until 3 AM just thinking to yourself, looking blankly up to the ceiling, just thinking where your life went and where it's going? This was me years ago, and still to this day. I've always questioned myself on what I wanted to do with my life. I've always feared what the future will bring, the uncertainty and impossibility of knowing what will come next. This led to my rejection of trying. I wallowed inside, hiding away in fear. One day while watching anime, I found the one that would change my life from that point onwards. It is an anime called A Place Further Than the Universe. A Place Further Than the Universe is about these 4 girls that go through trials and tribulations on their journey to Antarctica. Through these trials and tribulations, they learn to grow from the journey and from one another. So let me tell you about A Place Further Than the Universe, the lessons I learned, and how it inspired me to start my own journey to the great beyond. Also like and subscribe if you like this video. A Place Further Than the Universe is one of those anime that has a special place in my heart. It is essentially just a simple adventure anime, but it means so much more than that to me. There's so many lessons from this anime, but I think the message that sticks to me the most is the idea of overcoming yourself in order to move forward, to let go of that sense of security and accept that there will be unknowns, to be able to grow from the pains that come from letting the past go. The character that I feel represents this the most, and one that I can personally relate to, is the character Megumi. Megumi is mainly just a side character, but to me is one of the hardest hitting characters in the series. We first get introduced to her in the first episode of the series as the main character's childhood friend. Megumi watches our main character, Tamaki, as she tries to get her foot out of the door and start her adventure to Antarctica. Megumi encourages Tamaki to go out at the start and adventure, but over the first few episodes we get hints of what her true motives are. As Tamaki progresses closer and closer to going to Antarctica, she tells her that going to Antarctica is dangerous and impossible for a high schooler. She then ups it by going so far as to sabotage her by spreading rumors and tattling to Tamaki's mom before she even got the chance to tell her. Throughout all of this, Megumi lies to herself by saying that she wants only the best for Tamaki. At the final moments before Tamaki left for Antarctica, Megumi couldn't live with the way she treated her. She realized that it was herself that was the problem, that she was holding on to Tamaki, holding on to her because without her, Megumi would have nothing. Megumi went to Tamaki's house as she was about to leave for Antarctica and gave one of the most heartfelt apologies I have ever heard. Megumi apologized for the way she treated her, the rumors she spread, and the way she was holding Tamaki back. Megumi realized that the only way to move forward onto her own journey is to let go of Tamaki, to accept that she has nothing and that she can build something for herself the same way Tamaki did. As they both cry there, Tamaki runs to her and rejects Megumi's breakup and forgives her. They both are left in the world where they have no certainty of each other. Megumi just starting her own journey, and Tamaki in progress of her own. Later on in the story, we see Megumi's fruits of labor come to fruition in a simple text that she went to the North Pole, a journey that she made for herself. The reason why I relate to her so much is that at one point in my life, I also relied on someone to put meaning in my own life. Back in 8th grade, I always relied upon this person to be there for me whenever I was in trouble or had problems. I always relied on that person to invite me to places to hang out, to talk to, and just to play simple games. As we entered high school, that person and I drifted further and further away. This made me realize that I relied upon that person to fill the emptiness of my life. At that moment, I knew something had to change in my life. It hurts when that person drifts away from you, the person that completed a piece of you to be broken away. But it's a chance to grow as a person and fill that void yourself, to find the piece that was missing within yourself. Megumi represents that transition within all of us, rejecting the pain that comes from change, wanting things to stay the same, sometimes even if it means hurting the person that we so truly and dearly love. But being strong enough to realize that hurting the person that you love won't change anything. Realizing that the weakness within yourself and facing it head on. She was strong enough to realize this and create her own journey in life. We all change and move on in life like an ever-changing current in the ocean, never knowing where we might end up one day. Taking that first step towards a goal or journey requires oneself to come to face that they themselves are weak. This is the first step in any journey and one of the most important lessons in life. Megumi represents this as a character coming to terms with oneself in order to make something of themselves, to go on a journey. In conclusion, this anime made me realize my own weaknesses, that I needed to face. I needed to face my own path, my own reason to keep moving, to be able to stand on my own 2 feet and be proud of myself. This led to me distancing myself from that person I relied on and start my own version of my life. I started my own passions, created my own friends, and started my own journey. This anime inspired me to start searching for my own journey towards the unknown. Over the following years, through COVID, I searched for that spark that would start my journey. I tried everything from competitive gaming to boxing, but the answer I was searching for was sitting in front of my face the entire time. The entire reason I made this YouTube channel, anime, more specifically Japan. My entire life I have been consuming Japanese culture, whether intentional or not. I first started watching anime when I was little. I grew and changed because of it. During COVID, I became more interested in Japanese culture outside of anime. It made me realize how much I want to explore and experience Japanese culture for myself. Over the next 4 years, I planned and tried to open that gate to Japan. Now finally, in 2 weeks of writing this, I'm going to Japan. This anime inspired me to take on the biggest journey and challenge of my life that I thought would have been impossible many years ago. That's why I think this anime is a must watch for anyone who is interested. This anime inspired me and gave me the courage to set out on a journey and finally achieve it after many years. This anime changed my life, and I hope you will give this anime a chance the same way I did many years ago. So, this is Redacted Weeb, and I'll see you weebs in the next video in Japan. Mata ne.